I'm Dr. Monica Bernwal, and you are going to start your digital marketing fundamental course. It's a 28-day lecture, so let's dive in. Good morning, everyone. I hope you all doing well. Welcome to the first lecture of digital marketing. Well, my name is Dr. Monica Bernwal, and throughout this course, we will explore how businesses use digital technologies to attract customers, build relationships, create brands, and ultimately generate revenue, which is the most important part of applying digital marketing. Now, before we begin, I would like to tell you something. Many students believe that digital marketing is only on about posting Instagram reels or creating some kind of stories, creating Facebook ads, Google ads, or making YouTube videos or shorts, or in some other social media platforms like TikToks and etc. Now, but is it true? No. It is actually about understanding customer behavior in the digital world. It is about knowing why we click certain advertisements, why certain products ads are shown in our feed, why Netflix recommends certain kind of movie genres, certain kind of movie products or web series into our feed, why Zomato suddenly send us a discount coupon exactly when we are feeling hungry, or exactly when it's a lunchtime you will get the biryani kind of feeds in your emails or in your messages. These are not coincidences. These are carefully planned marketing strategies powered by data, technology, and customer insights. Throughout this course, we will not only learn theories but also analyze real businesses. When we talk about real businesses, what we actually mean is that digital marketing is very practical subject, and it is being applied in the real world by small or big businesses. And these businesses are not only depends on their manufacturing products, even the service marketing businesses are also focusing on digital marketing. So by end of this course, our objective is whenever you see an online advertisement, open Instagram, search on Google, or receive an email from any company, you should be able to understand why that marketing message reached you, what strategy this company is building and using. So let us begin our exciting journey into the world of digital marketing and its related components. We will cover different case studies in this lecture as well, so that it would give you a correct understanding of what we are going to deal with. Okay. Now let's move to our learning objectives. So what are the objectives we are going to discuss in our this lecture? This is our first lecture. So let us understand the very basic, the very base of what makes a digital marketing very lucrative. So the first one is we have to understand what is digital marketing. Now digital, we understand, we have already known what the marketing means, but do we really think about how this fundamental definition of marketing actually applies to digital marketing when it goes to internet, and then it becomes something else? It becomes the fastest growing business functions across the world. So we will discuss that as well. Second, we will compare traditional marketing and digital marketing. How traditional marketing, where businesses use traditional methods using banners and using newspaper ads and everything, versus how these businesses again using digital ads, using Google ads, Microsoft ads, and while using different kind of digital banners, social media platforms to market their product or services. Third, we will explore real case studies. Now we will discuss some case studies that are very much popular in their digital marketing uses. It is massive. Their followers are massive. Their Instagram followers, their YouTube and their channels, and everything is very much catered to the wide audience, and how they are actually doing it. We will study through real case studies. Fourth one is the very important one, because digital marketing, when we say ki, yes, I am learning digital marketing, it actually means that how I am studying the customer behavior, and according to that I am marketing my, or I am designing and marketing my products and services. So this is not a subject where you simply memorize definitions. Instead, digital marketing requires observation. So you observe, you see, and you study the behavioral patterns and attitudes of the customers you are going to target. So if you are, let's take example that you have a shoe company and you are manufacturing shoes for kids. So whose behavior you will see, or you will observe? You will observe the behaviors of parents, school teachers, the rules and regulations of a school, how a shoe should be, or how a kid would like their shoes should be in a casual or in a formal manner. So yes, you have to study your customer, you have to observe, and this is what makes digital marketing stand out. Even through this lecture is whenever I ask a question, pause the video for a moment and think about your answer before continuing. The simple habit will improve your understanding tremendously. Let's go to the icebreaker session. So the icebreaker session of, because this is the very start of this session, digital marketing. So I want to ask, how many advertisements have you seen today? You have woke up in the morning and you must have used or scrolled Instagram or YouTube Shorts or TikTok or anything you are using in your leisure time. So from the moment you wake up, you took your mobile in your phone, some kind of ads must have been shown in your mobile. So I want to know, how many advertisements have you seen today? Can you count? It's a simple question, but can you count? So you take a moment, think. Not yesterday I'm talking about, not last week, only today, from the morning to the end of the day. So perhaps you woke up and checked Instagram, right? Or perhaps you were having some kind of breakfast and you are watching YouTube, scrolling it. Or otherwise you must have searched something on Google, and Google has shown some kind of sponsored ads as well, which might you have clicked as well. Or you have opened Amazon or any other shopping sites like Flipkart, Myntra, etc. And you would be scrolling and seeing things like, you have read a blog in Google and then you saw an ad of Flipkart or Amazon. You clicked on the ads, you liked the product, and then you keep scrolling it and searching for more and more products that will attract your mind. And then you have seen the ads of Swiggy or Zomato showing some kind of food, or you have seen the ad of LinkedIn, and you have seen the ad of any website, a news reading website. Every one of these platforms probably shown you advertisements. If you have used Quora, so Quora is a platform where you can ask questions and deliver answers as well. So earlier what happened when Quora was launched, there was no concept of ads, but with time, with its as its engagement has been increased, so what happens that Quora has also introduced advertisements. Do you think everyone in this classroom sees exactly the same advertisements? This is the second question I have for you. So the answer is yes or no? Let's wait. No. The answer is no. So if you and your friend open Instagram at the same time, your feeds will look completely different. Why? Think about it. Because digital marketing is, again I'm saying, you need to observe to get a very better digital marketing. So why this feeds are different, your and your friends? Because digital marketing is very much personalized. We two people are not alike. Their thought process, their perspective, everything is different. So When I'm saying digital marketing is personalized, it means that each one of us search something different from each other. Companies analyze your interest, search history, purchase behavior, age group, browsing activity, and sometimes even the time you are scrolling your feed. So think about how much they are tracking your movements, and according to that, you are getting the feed in your different social media platforms. Think how powerful this is, and think how they uh, bifurcate or how they bend their skills so that they could reach you in one way or another. So that is one of the biggest reason why digital marketing has transformed modern business. So modern business now know that if they start tracking their customers, they are able to get their attention irrespective of all the other diversions. Now, in today's lecture will help us understand how this works. These are the ads you can see here. These are Instagram ads, different kind of ads in different kind of account and feeds. These are YouTube ads, of course. These are Maggie. So we know what is Maggie. We all really order this. So thing is that I'm showing these are different kind of ads of our famous and our very lovable brands and how they attract our attention. Alright. Let's move to the what is marketing. Marketing we are learning from our very school days, you know. So what happens that marketing is simple, like yes, I am advertising, so that is marketing. Others believe that marketing means I'm selling some kind of product or service, but does it really define the definition? Or the definition of marketing, if I exactly say, it says that it is the process of identifying customer needs, creating value, communicating that value, delivering products or services, or building long-term relationships. So, in a very simple way, if I say that imagine you are very thirsty after attending a 2 hour lecture. At that moment, your body needs water. That is your need. That yes, I need water. It's been hectic 2 day lectures. Very much needed. Now suppose instead of plain water, when you go to the canteen and they say that yes, we have Coca-Cola, we don't have a water bottle. So you have now two options. Either you go to the other side and buy the bottle of water, or you can easily buy a Coca-Cola. So that becomes your want. Finally, if you have enough money and you can actually purchase Coca-Cola and afford it, your want becomes demand. Marketing exists to understand these needs, wants, and demands. These three things actually run the whole marketing process. Company conduct market research to understand customer preferences. Again, observe the customer behavior. They develop products based on these preferences. They communicate with customers through advertisements. They relay their messages like, yes, this is our product, we have launched new products, and this will satisfy your want, your desire. They create brands that customer trust. And finally, they encourage customers to purchase their product or use their services. Notice something important. Marketing does not begin with advertising. Marketing begins with understanding your customers, understanding your customers' needs, wants, and demands before they even realize it. So Philip Kotler has also supported. If you can buy Principles of Marketing Management. It's a book by Philip Kotler. He's very famous, known as the father of modern marketing. So you can easily buy that. That is my recommendation to you. This idea is extremely important because digital marketing follows exactly the same principle. The principle followed by marketing. Only the communication channel has changed. Now the communication is through digital, the online media. But the basic objective remains the same. Understanding customers, creating value, building relationships, connecting, and generating revenue. So ultimately, our goal should be towards generating more and more revenue for the product or the services company launches. So this is all goes through the basic of marketing. If we don't understand the basics of marketing, how you think that you can able to digest digital marketing, which is another component of yeah. Now let's move to transition to digital or you know moving towards traditional marketing to digital marketing. Let us travel back in time. Imagine you are living in year 1995. So if a company wanted to promote a new product, what are the different options you would be having? Like I'm living in 1995, there was no digital marketing. So how my company would promote a product that people don't know much about. So I would prefer um, television advertisements, newspaper advertisements, radio, magazine, billboards, pamphlets, direct mail. Direct mail means you will post cards, you will send the postcards and post mails, letters to the people and they will receive it. So through these mediums, these are known to be a traditional kind of marketing mediums where you can relay your messages, where you can say that yes, today our company has brought certain kind of products and services, and you will attract your customers, right? When we talk about newspaper advertisements, so what happened? It is not very early. This is the year of 1995. So 1995, what happened? There was a newspaper where certain kind of ads for every different things have been displayed for movies, for matrimonial, for travel, for certain ads for different companies. So it's not that the traditional marketing has ended, or you don't see newspapers these days. You don't see ads on the newspaper. Yes, it is. It is still existing. It is still empowering to market your message through traditional media. But fast forward to today, how do companies do you think would reach customers in today's times? So what they will do? They will employ Google search. They would employ Instagram or Facebook and start running ads on them or making digital content related to their products or services. They would use LinkedIn pages to build a kind of trust or brand identity. They would make some kind of YouTube channel to reach their audience. They would start doing WhatsApp marketing and replying to their customers through WhatsApp to make the engagement more engaging. And then they could employ email marketing to send multiple newsletters to the customers to make them understand that we exist. And then there is influencer marketing. So influencer, we all know that many Instagram users who have a massive number of followers, they get sponsorship from different companies and they market their products, tell the very positive users of the products and services, and that is influencer marketing. Those who are following them would get inspired and start buying those products. Then we move to podcast. Now, podcast is the audio way of channelizing the marketing, digital marketing. So through podcast also one can market, and through using mobile applications and using ads on these mobile applications, either games or different kind of apps. So you notice how dramatically the world has changed. But what was the transformation? These are three major developments that has caused the transformation from traditional to digital marketing. Three major developments that we talk about are: the first one is the widespread availability of internet. Internet is everywhere. So after COVID-19, what happened that we got more and more got reliable on technology to carry on our life. because for almost 1 year we were unable to leave our home due to COVID-19, right? So what happened? The internet became the most important communication medium. So very much availability of internet and internet users, this transformation has caused a massive change. Second one is the rapid adoption of smartphones. Now, smartphones, you can see smartphones in the hand of people from villages as well, in the hand of our grandmothers and grandfathers as well, which we were not thinking in the year 2019. So, and the third one is explosion of social media platforms. Together, these technologies completely change the consumer behavior. Consumers are now have multiple options of posting their content and engaging themselves with different companies, different brands through different social media platforms. They read reviews, watch YouTube videos, check Instagram recommendations, ask ChatGPT questions, and get the answers as well. They look for Google ratings, like how many ratings a restaurant have, and then they decide to either go to eat at the restaurant or not. Only then do they make purchasing decisions. Either it's eating at the restaurant or buying some kind of product. As marketers, we must understand where customers spend their time, because marketing follows customers, and customers have increasingly moved to digital platforms. This is why digital marketing has become one of the most important business functions in the world today. Before moving to the next slide, we got to know that understanding digital marketing is very easy. Why I'm saying it's easy? Because we already know that what is marketing. We already know what is digital is by using the internet as a medium. So then we will understand what is digital marketing. Digital marketing refers to the use of digital technologies and online platforms to promote products, services, brands, or ideas while building meaningful relationships with customers. So, digital marketing, in a very simple layman terms, if I say, it is uses of different technologies and online platforms in order to share your opinions, in order to share ideas, perspectives, reviews or views on certain products, services, some brands, and making a very relation with the companies. So earlier, what happened in traditional marketing, people are not able to engage with the companies. Their products were used, but the companies are not able to reach the customers exactly, because it's traditional marketing is more based on the mass marketing. It is not the designated consumer behavior related marketing, right? So, what exactly is digital marketing? Digital marketing is a uses of digital technologies to understand and build relationship across the world with customers and companies. It means marketing on Instagram. It means marketing on Facebook. It means seeing or marketing on Google Ads or different search engines. Google actually covers almost 80 to 85% of search engines or the search area. So apart from Google, there are DuckDuckGo, there are Bing, there are Opera, and everything. But Google actually monopolizes or actually rules the whole internet search arena, especially when we talk about the surface area of the internet. Now let's simplify the definition. Imagine you own a cafe in Noida. So you're living in Noida and you thought of opening a cafe. Now when you see, you create an Instagram page for your cafe and start uploading attractive food photographs and coffee photographs and the interior or outer exterior parts of your cafe. If your cafe is based on theme wise, so thematic way, you will start posting contents on Instagram spacely. You start running advertisement on Facebook through meta ads, your cafe will start appearing on Google Maps. So how it will start appearing on Google Maps? Whenever people would search cafe near me, and if it's going to be in your location, then Google will automatically find your cafe if it is registered in Google My Business or you are running a local ad. Now customers will start receiving promotional emails. Those customers who have visited your cafe and filled a certain kind of form, where they have filled their email IDs, they will start receiving some kind of promotional emails. You start collaborating with local food bloggers who are active and they are posting constantly when they are visiting different restaurants or cafes and posting their reviews about the food or coffee they are getting, and according to that their followers are also following their footsteps. So what would happen that you would start contacting these bloggers who have good number of followers, and you start collaborating with them, creating some kind of content or providing them some kind of benefit. You encourage satisfied customers to leave some kind of Google review so that it would build your trustability, your credibility on digital platforms. All these activities together form your the ultimate digital marketing strategy. So we see that if I'm going to open a cafe or restaurant in Noida, I have to apply different kind of strategies in the name of digital marketing, all packaged in one. In a simple sentence, we can easily say that digital marketing is just not one activity. Only posting reels or stories in Instagram page would not bring traffic. You have to register yourself in Google My Business, in Google Maps. You have to register and run ads on Facebook. You have to contact with local bloggers or local influencers to get the word out, to let the people know that your cafe is there and it is providing amazing service and products. So digital marketing is a combination of many activities working together to attract, engage, convert and retain customers. It is combination of many activities. It means that to attract customers you have to employ different kind of social media platforms. To engage the customers you have to apply to different kind of social media platforms. To convert you have to apply digital marketing tools, and then to retain customers again you have to build relationships. So there is one question I have for you is, how did you discover the last restaurant, clothing brand, or mobile phone that you purchased? So you must have purchased something. And how did you find out what to purchase? How did you deduce with different number of options? So even if you have visited some restaurant, so how you deduce that this is the restaurant I'm going to visit? Among all the options, again among all the options of clothing brand, how did you come up that this is the clothing brand and this is the cloth or product I am going to purchase? So I want to know, how did you discover it? Think about it. Now let's move to the very important part of this lecture. Why is digital marketing has become so important that no matter the business is small, tiny, micro, or no matter the business is mega, macro, or in massive MNCs, they all are considering digital marketing very, very much important. So think about it. People no longer spend most of their time watching television or reading newspapers. So we don't have basically time. We don't have that kind of space, or we have don't have that kind of luxury to sit peacefully in our home or in our office and start reading newspapers or watch television, because life has become so fast. So instead what happens that we whatever time or whatever leisure we get for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes between the work we are doing, we spend our time on Instagram, different social media platforms like YouTube, WhatsApp, Google, LinkedIn, Facebook, Amazon, Flipkart, Netflix, Spotify, Amazon Prime. There are multiple streaming sites, there are multiple shopping sites, there are multiple social media platforms to keep your time engaged, even if it is for 5 minutes. So, this shift in consumer behavior has forced businesses to change their marketing strategies. So the businesses are also became aware that customers have a very short span of time. So to get that attention in very short span of time has become very challenging, and that is why digital marketing has become so important to understand the customer behavior so that they could get attention of the customers according to the behavioral pattern. Let's take an example. Imagine you are a fisherman and you have gone for fishing, like you can see in the video. So, would you throw your fishing net into an empty swimming pool? So, you are a fisherman, and I will say that yes, there is a very big swimming pool in our home, and you can bring your net and catch your fish. Is it possible? No, it is not. Why? Because the fishes are actually in the river or pond, not in swimming pool. So you would throw that net, that fishing net, in where the fishes are, not in the swimming pool where you think there is a water, so there will be fish. It is not the case. Marketing follows the same principle, where the actual customers lies, where your actual customer and their attitudes, their behaviors, their demographics lies, you would only throw your money through digital marketing, obviously, to that arena only, not the whole massive swimming pool where there is no chance of getting your customer. Now let's move to digital marketing target customers. Companies can target customers based on their age, gender, location, income, occupation, interest, shopping behavior, and previous purchases. When we talk about targeting, digital marketing is all about knowing the customer behaviors. So, how do we analyze these customer behaviors? So we will segment these customers. The companies segment their customers on the basis of age, what age their customers are. So on the basis of the age, the products and services are being marketed. For a kid, the customers, who are the customers that would be target for a kid? Parents. For a teenage kid or a teenage children, who they should target? Obviously them. For elders who are above 40, so these are the target customers according to age and what kind of products they are being prone to. Second is gender. So according to gender, either male, female, binary, anything, the products are marketed. For male, different kind of products are there, and for female, there are different kind of products. Again, the same thing happens with location. So if you are staying in a coastal region, so according to that, you will be receiving different kind of ads or feed depending on the region you are staying at. If you are staying in a hilly region, so you will be receiving different kind of ads of the products and services. Again, income is also the very important factor when targeting customers. So if you're a student and your income is very less, so different type of companies market their products or services to you, and then again you enter into the adulthood and you enter the work community and you start earning and you have joined some kind of workforce. So your income, as your income increases or decreases, the kind of products you would be receiving, the ads of them are different according to your income, obviously. Next is occupation. So if you are a teacher, you are receiving a products and ads of the products and services which are completely different if your occupation is in some kind of manufacturing, right? Again, interest. If you have a hobby of reading, if you have a hobby of dancing, if you have a hobby of following some kind of sports, you all three would be receiving the same kind of ads. No, you will be receiving the kind of ads your interest lies on. You like painting, you will be receiving ads all based on paintings and their utensils and essentials. According to your shopping behaviors also, you have been segmentized by the companies. If you're an average shopper, if you are a window shopper, so depends on your buying patterns, like how many times you scroll the shopping sites, how many times you purchase the clothes you are scrolling on, how many times you have added the products in your cart but have not purchased it. This all tracks your shopping movements, and on the basis of that you would be receiving certain types of ads of any products or service. Depends on your previous purchases, your history. Companies target the next products to you. Like if you have purchased certain kind of product from a certain company, the company would start following you and it would start offer providing you some kind of offer for the next purchase in the form of getting some kind of discount or anything, right? This level of precision simply did not exist in traditional marketing. So, can you believe that this kind of segmentation would be possible in traditional marketing? It is not possible. Customer had limited choices back then, right? Let's talk about evolution of marketing. Marketing has never remained constant. So when we talk about the transition from traditional to modern marketing, it has never been same. It constantly evolved. It has continuously changed according to the technology and the consumer behavior and how often we can segment them. So in nowadays there are multiple ways through which you can segment your customer base. Like what we have said in the earlier slide, it is all on demographic basis. But apart from that, you can segment your customer through their hobbies, through their different kind of patterns, their if they are interested in different things, or you can segment your customers on the basis of their choices, of the basis of their life decisions. So these all are different factors. Actually, there are multiple factors through which one can segmentize their customers based on their products. So let us travel through history and understand that how this digital marketing has emerged. Now, when we digital marketing cannot be possible in talk if we will not talk about the components of it. So let's think of digital marketing as a cricket team. The cricket team cannot win with only one very good batsman. Similarly, businesses cannot succeed if we will only post on Instagram Reels or only run Google Ads. Multiple strategies have to come together to actually make the result successful, right? So the very first component is search engine optimization. We often heard about this SEO. SEO is what? It is search engine optimization. Search engine means the browser where you are searching something, like Google. So Google is a search engine, and we want our content to be ranking in these search engines, so we optimize it. Optimize means that we enhances the quality of the content. So this is the first component, SEO, search engine optimization. Second is search engine marketing or paid advertising. Now, search engine marketing means when I'm searching something on Google, like let's suppose I'm searching Digital Marketing Institute in Delhi. So when I'm searching it, Google would start analyzing. Okay, some student might be interested in a digital marketing program, and then they start browsing if somebody has running their ads on digital marketing institute and they are situated in Delhi. So if they have, then they will start showing the sponsored ads as well, along with the different websites of the institutes that are offering digital marketing program. So what happens that in these search engines you run ads, that is called Google ads, Bing ads, anything, and these ads would be shown whenever a user is searching or typing the same keyword, and then your ad would show up. When the ad would show up and the user will click on it, then what happens that the user would reach to the website, and the website has to pay Google. So that is search engine marketing. The whole circle works. Third one is social media marketing. We all know what is social media. We all have our profiles in social media accounts, either in Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and other social media platforms also. But these are the platforms where actually brand markets their products and build communities. So they influences certain kind of influencers, build communities among them, and compel them to share their contents across the whole medium. Fourth one is content marketing. It is the single most important marketing in digital marketing. Without a proper content, without a engaging content, there is no positive uses of digital marketing. So if your content does not stand out, if your content does not provide something very unique to the users, or to so that to get their attention, it is not worth it. So content marketing is one of the very important factor, and you have to consider it as a supreme factor when you are working for building a good digital marketing strategy. Fifth one is email marketing. Now, what we understand by email marketing? Many times you visit a website and there is a pop-up form. Now what this pop-up forms means, the pop-up form will ask you like, we are providing free webinar, we are providing free PDF of this course, and all you have to do is give us your name. So there is a name block, you will fill the name, and there is an email ID block, and you will put your ID, and then you will click the subscribe button or follow button, or any button there is. And when the company receive your email ID, what happens, your email ID will start receiving different kind of newsletters or promotional emails related to the company, and this would make the company stand out because it has reached your personal space, because email marketing is also known as the personal marketing. So when the personal space, the company find it that they can enter your personal space, then they can market their promotional mails and everything, and they want you to click on these mails and go to their website. Again, the cycle continues. Sixth one is influencer marketing. We all know what is influencer, we have already discussed about it. So this marketing is very powerful. I'm giving you an example of Mamaearth. So it's a Indian brand company, and basically it has gained its market base, its attracted customers by providing a very small amount of their products in a very trial basis to many of the influencers. Either they were micro influencers with very less number of subscribers, to the macro influencers having millions of subscribers, and they reach to everyone, and they have focused all their strategies, all their resources on influencer marketing, so that people started know about it, because every influencer was talking about Mamaearth. So ultimately the followers who see their content would be knowing about this company. So it proved to be a very influencer marketing method in digital marketing strategy. The seventh one is affiliate marketing. Affiliate, we already know it relates to the commission based marketing. Like, you don't have any of the product with you, you don't have any of the service with you, you don't even own them, you don't even manufacture them, but you are selling those products on some kind of commission. What happens in affiliate marketing? Amazon is one of the very pioneer in providing affiliate marketing. So what happens that in Amazon you will find A to Z products, like many products of different categories, right? Now what happens that Amazon provides you a affiliate marketing channel where you can convert the product links into a affiliate marketing link. Okay, this link are created space and considered special when you share the product link to different social media channels, through your blog, through your WhatsApp, through Facebook, through different social media platforms, and people actually click on it, goes to click on the link you have provided, and then they reach to Amazon and they start scrolling it, and if they buy something, then certain kind of commissions are being allotted to the products. Like if somebody is running affiliate marketing channel and I have clicked on the link and I have liked the products, like the product is book. So in books, Amazon has defined that there is only 3% commission on books. So whoever would buy through my link books and everything, what happens that I would get only 3% of the price of the book. Again, if we talk about electronics, then it is like 1 or 2% commission. If you buy some kind of decor items, it is like 8% commission. So different products have different kind of commission that is being set by Amazon, and they keep changing it. So you have to keep following them. Affiliate marketing is very well-known marketing because it requires very less investment. You don't have any products with you, you don't have to create a product or service, you just have to market it. So you have to innovate new kind of ideas on how to market certain products to your users and earn commissions from it. It's a very important example I can relay to you, is that you see YouTube shorts, and in YouTube shorts you are seeing nowadays some kind of products images are also seen, and it's written affiliated. So when you click on the affiliated products, or when you click on the descriptions, the products the influencers are marketing, the links has been given. So when you click on the link, these all are affiliated links. So when you buy from those links, these creators or the influencers get the income. Now the last one is, which is eighth one, is web analytics. The very important part of marketing is analyzing how this marketing is working. So you have we have analyzed our cafe. So we have implemented lots of digital marketing strategies. We were doing Instagram reels, we were running ads, we were registered in Google My Business, Google Maps, we were contacting local bloggers. But how do we know that how these all our strategies are performing? So this web analytics would keep on tracking like how our ads are performing, how these ads have different keywords, and different keywords how they are performing. If somebody is searching cafe near me, that would bring more clicks, or if a person searching very best cafe in near me, so if we will analyze the number of clicks on these two keywords as well. See how deeply you can analyze things, and based on that you can bring changes. If somebody is clicking best cafe near me more, then you would focus more of your energy on that keyword, and you will put more money on that keyword because people are actually searching about that keyword. Yes, right? Okay, so that is the components of digital marketing. Well, let's move to the next slide. Let me ask you the question, how digital are you? I want everyone to think honestly about yesterday. From the moment you have opened your eyes in the morning to the moment you have closed your eyes in the night, how many times did you search something, browse something on Google? watch YouTube ads or watch YouTube channels, YouTube shorts, and scroll them. Use Instagram reels, order food online, or shop on Amazon or Flipkart. You must have used some kind of Google Maps to read some customer reviews about the products you are interested in buying or purchasing. You are evaluating your options and then you are reading the reviews and testimonials, feedbacks, and according to that, you are making up your mind. How many of these decisions, yesterday I'm talking about, are being influenced by digital marketing and its components? And the answer would always be almost all of them. So when we think that yes, we need something, we start surfing in the shopping sites. When we think that yes, we have like 5 to 10 minutes to kill and spend, so instead of investing in some kind of hobbies, we usually to pick our smartphone and start scrolling, and we usually our hands go to Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media platforms we are using, right? Now, here is the one catch. When you are scrolling the Instagram reels, many times you scroll them by not seeing it or by seeing it by investing certain amounts of time. So, let's say that you are investing 2 seconds in one reel, and then you are investing some minutes on a reel because you really like the reel. So, what happens that the moment you start scrolling and everything, the bots would start tracking your movements, and they track that how many times, how many seconds you spend for each reel, each content, and on the basis of that the algorithm sets your feed for the next time. So for the next time you would start getting the kind of feed that you have paid more attention to, or related to that, and related to that some kind of different products and services would also be shown in your feed as an ad or as a suggestions or as a recommendation whatsoever, right? So if we are thinking that how digital are we have to think how we spent our yesterday, how we have used smartphone for everything, from the shopping to learning something and etc., right? The key takeaways of this lecture, since it is the first lecture and we have covered the very basic overview of what it means to be called a digital marketer, or what is actually meaning by digital marketing. So in this key takeaways, we have understood that marketing is very much fundamental about creating value for customers. So everything the businesses sell, either their products, they manufacture, they sell services, everything is catered for the customers to create a kind of trust and value among them, right? So when we talk about marketing, so marketing is the very basic, very fundamental of everything, and the marketing principles are basically based on consumers needs, wants and desires, right? And then it evolves from traditional marketing to digital marketing, and digital marketing would comprises of same thing, but it enhances through online medium, and second, it enhances through understanding the customer's needs, wants and desires more briefly through different segmentation. So through digital marketing, we are able to segmentalize or compartmentalize the customer needs. It depends on their behavior, attitude, ideas, demographics, and many other categories. So it has become very much customer centered marketing, this digital marketing, and that's why it has become so much popular. Digital marketing is simply the modern approach to achieve that objective. So what we have set our objective, our goal, digital marketing is simply the quickest medium to achieve that. So no matter if business is small or large, or if you are building your own brand, you are building yourself as an influencer, or you are working as some kind of work from and using digital mediums, everything is just the result of modern approach of achieving that kind of objective. We have also learned that customer behavior has changed dramatically due to the internet, smartphones, social media, and other digital technologies. So when we have talked about COVID-19. So when we talk the time period before COVID-19, what happened that we were not that much used to smartphones and using everything online. Everything was digitalized. It was not the way. But after COVID-19, there were so many different digital media platforms that provided different kind of services that was not to be thinkable earlier. So for delivering these kind of services, like in India, we got Jepto or Blinkit. That was not possible. Like in 10 minutes, you will get the grocery delivered to you. That was unthinkable before COVID-19. It was not happening that much. But after COVID-19, these kind of mobile application has emerged using the digital marketing platform, using the current situation of what the people are suffering from, and then they have learned the customer behavior, how the customer behavior has been changing by adopting more and more digitalization in their life. Now the situation is such that even if I take myself or even if you take yourself, what is happening that we can't stay away from our smartphones. Everything is in our smartphones, either for work or entertainment or anything else, right? Let's move to the next slide. So I want to assign a very small assignment. It is the first lecture, so I don't want to push, but I want you to become digital marketing detectives. Now, the purpose of making you guys digital marketing detectives is to observe your own digital behavior. So you would not be observing with your magnifying glass to others. You will be observing yourself, and you are going to create a table. You can create the table in the Excel sheet, and it has to be with 3 columns. First column, you have to write the platform, like if you are using Instagram, Google, YouTube, Amazon, LinkedIn, or Facebook. You have to write like how many times you're using it, what is the duration of it, and if possible, then you can note down which kind of reel has attracted or got your attention. In second column, you will identify one advertisement that you noticed, that you felt that yes, it really impacted me or it really got my attention, etc. In third column, you have to write why you think that advertisement have appeared specifically for you. So you are watching some kind of reel and suddenly you got this ad, and why this ad is recommended to you. Did it appear because of your search history or your location or your interest? So let's suppose you're scrolling the reels and the reels is of some kind of historic painting, and you have liked it or maybe commented on it or maybe shared it. Now when you are scrolling reels, you're not seeing any kind of painting dependent reels. It was not the case, but you got the ad of some kind of painting that is being held in some convention. So does it matter? Does it show that the bots track your history as well, depending on your search history or depending on your behavior of how you liked that post, how you liked commented on that post earlier? So they are suggesting you certain kind of ads in your feed. So it is on you. You have to detect your own behavior. You have to detect your own self and analyze it, that how often you are getting influenced by these kind of advertisements and in the digital marketing platforms. So be a detective, do this task, and it will surprise you to learn that how much you have been in collaboration with digital marketing and how much you already know about it, or you can actually improve your behavior with it, right? Well, thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask me. The next lecture we are going to discuss is basically case studies. So in the first lecture we have discussed about basics, overview of digital marketing, and then we are going in our second lecture to understand how these digital marketing platforms are actually being implemented by big MNCs, and we are going to have a case study on Domino's Pizza and Myntra. How these two are taking drastic steps in the field of digital marketing and operationalize their business. How digital marketing differs from traditional marketing, that is on the very detail we are going to learn from the second lecture. So see you then. Thank you.